If you've been sending out resumes and hearing nothing back, it's probably not about your experience. You see, 75% of resumes never reach a human. They get filtered out automatically by ATS before a recruiter ever opens them. The problem isn't that you're unqualified. The problem is that your resume isn't written for the system that's actually screening you. So in this video, I'm giving you 5 AI prompts that are going to fix exactly that. You can copy them, paste them into ChatGPT or Claude, and your resume will be optimized before you apply to your next job. So what is ATS and why is it blocking you? Now, I know a lot of people are familiar with ATS, but there's a lot of people that are still pretty new to ATS. And what it is it's an applicant tracking system. It's a software companies use to automatically scan, filter, and rank resumes before any human recruiter actually opens them. And here's how it's killing your application. It scans for the exact keywords that are in the job description. And if your resume doesn't have them, it's going to get rejected immediately. And it penalizes non-standard formatting. This is a big one. Things like tables, columns, and even graphics. Also, it scores and ranks your resume before a recruiter ever even sees your name. And it rejects based on things like job titles, skill sections, required certifications, and even spelling and grammar. And these 5 prompts are going to fix every one of those issues for you. The first one is ATS Optimization and Tailoring. And here's why this matters. Most job seekers send the same generic resume to every listing. In fact, most people are pretty much just doing the spray and pray approach when it comes to their job search. ATS systems are built to reject that. Each job description has very specific keywords, required skills, and success signals that the software is literally searching for. So if your resume doesn't match it, it's never going to reach a human being. And here's what this prompt is going to do for you. It's going to extract the exact keywords and success signals that ATS is scanning for. It also is going to rewrite your experience section to mirror the job description language naturally. And it's also going to increase your ATS score without fabricating experience that you don't have, because obviously we never want to fabricate. We always want to be honest with our resume, but there is a way to tailor it for that job description. You can use this prompt, and I'll show you at the end of the video how you can get access to all these prompts, so don't worry. But you copy this prompt, you can use ChatGPT. My favorite is Claude. And the way it works is it's going to act as an executive recruiter. So you can see here, you are an expert executive recruiter with 20 years of hiring experience. I am applying for and then make sure you put in the correct job title. And also you want to put in the correct company name. And step 1, you're going to analyze this job description and list the top hard skills, soft skills, and success indicators. And then job description, you're going to paste that entire job description. Step 2, it's going to review your resume and identify gaps between your current language and the job description keywords. And this is where you're going to actually paste in your resume. Then the last step, it's going to rewrite your experience section using the exact keywords and phrasing from the job description. So do not invent experience that you do not have. And this is going to teach ChatGPT or Claude to do that. And this is important. Most resumes get eliminated before a recruiter ever reads them. I know I've said that several times, but it's very important. ATS software scans for specific keywords from the job description, scores your resume against them, and filters you out if you don't hit the threshold. You never hear back. You assume, right, that you weren't qualified when you actually were. The resume just didn't say the right words. And that's exactly why I created the resume scanner, to help people get out of that resume black hole. And this scanner works in literally seconds. You paste your resume, drop in the job posting, and you hit scan. In seconds, you can see your ATS score, exactly which keywords are missing, what formatting might be breaking the parser, and the specific lines that need to be rewritten. Every section gives you a fix, not just a flag. You can rewrite weak bullets, swap out passive language, and generate a full improved resume right there in the tool. What used to take hours of guessing takes about 5 minutes, actually about 3 minutes of work. So click the link below and let me show you how the resume scanner can save you tons of time and help you get out of that resume black hole and into the interview. Next one is upgrading your bullet points. Now here's why this matters. Bullet points are where most resumes die. Responsible for managing accounts tells a recruiter absolutely nothing. What they need to see is impact, scope, and actual results. So weak bullets get skipped by both ATS and human reviewers. So even if you beat the bots and you get to the human reviewer, they're going to reject it. And most people have no idea how to fix them on their own. So what this prompt will do for your resume, it's going to rewrite every bullet with a strong action verb, scope of work, and a measurable result. It's going to ask you clarifying questions to uncover real numbers instead of inventing them. And it transforms task descriptions into accomplishment statements that stand out to recruiters. It's pretty straightforward using this prompt. You're going to give it your bullet points for the role. You're going to put in the title, the company name, and you're actually going to paste in your bullets. Then you're going to tell Claude or whoever you're using, rewrite every bullet using this framework. Start each one with a strong, specific action verb, show the scope of the work, so team size, budget, volume, or reach, and include a measurable result. This is a big one, is measurable results. And this is one that I see all the time, and I've been helping people land online jobs here on my channel since 2017, is that they're very vague with their measurable results. You have to put in the percentage, the time saved, the money, the growth rate. So putting in very vague statements like, I handled a high volume of calls, says nothing. You need to say the exact number of calls that you've handled, how many you were handling each day, each month. Were these support type roles where you had to close tickets? How many tickets were you closing? How many customers that you retained for the business? These are huge. And if a bullet is missing numbers or impact, it will ask one clarifying question at a time so that you can add the appropriate bullets. Okay. And again, it tells Claude not to invent the results. Writing your professional summary. This is one that I see all the time. People just don't rewrite their professional summary. They create one very vague summary and they use that for all the jobs that they apply for. You got to stop doing that. Your professional summary is the first thing a recruiter reads if your resume actually makes it through ATS. You have 3 to 4 sentences to answer one question. Why should I keep reading? Most summaries are full of buzzwords that say nothing. A well-written summary with the right keywords improves both your ATS score and your callback rate. So here's what this prompt is going to do for you. It's going to write a concise, confident summary that immediately communicates your value. It's going to strip out meaningless buzzwords that waste a recruiter's 6-second scan. Because again, recruiters have just seconds to look at your resume because they are getting hundreds, if not thousands. It weaves in ATS keywords naturally, so the summary works for software and humans at the same time. So when you feed this prompt, make sure you put in the job title. Also, you want to make sure you put in your years of experience as well as core skills. The more skills you can list, the better. Top career achievement. So if you've won any career achievements, make sure to put that in there. And then target company or industry. This is optional, but I recommend that you put it because it'll give you the options. You don't have to use them all, but the more you have, the better. And then it's going to give Claude a series of rules. So confident but natural tone, 0 corporate buzzwords. So no words like results driven, synergy, passionate. And it's going to weave ATS friendly keywords from the target role in naturally. And then end with a forward-looking line about what I want to contribute. And let's face it, writing new summaries for every single resume absolutely sucks. And that is if you're actually rewriting your summary. And most people do not do that. The resume scanner actually has a built-in prompt that rewrites your summary in seconds, and it's tailored to each specific job. If you haven't checked out the resume scanner yet, make sure you do so. I'll put a link below, and you can learn how to use the resume scanner to rewrite your job summaries in seconds. The recruiter 6-second tests. Studies have shown that recruiters spend on average about 6 to 7 seconds on each resume. They are not reading every single resume, but they are looking for signals. If your most important information is buried in your resume, formatted poorly, or just hard to find, a qualified candidate gets passed over. This prompt simulates that exact experience so you can fix it before you actually apply for the job. Here's what it's going to do for you. It's going to reveal what a recruiter actually notices first, which is often not what you intended. It identifies critical information that is buried in your resume, missing, or is hard to find at one initial glance. So this is very important. And then it's going to give you honest keep or pass verdict, so you know exactly where you stand before you actually apply for these positions. And it's a very straightforward prompt. You are a recruiter with a stack of 200 applications due by the end of the day. You have exactly 6 seconds to decide whether each resume stays or goes. You're simply going to put in your resume here, and then it's going to go through this, and it's going to tell you the first thing that caught your eye, what role or skill you assumed I was applying for, one critical piece of information that was hard to find or missing, and then your honest keep or pass verdict and the single reason why. So it's going to tell you if it decides to pass on it, it's going to tell you why, so you can make the appropriate changes to your resume. So this is actually probably one of the most important out of the 5. And then transferable skills pivot. This is really important. Career changers face a unique challenge. A resume full of relevant experience in a field that looks irrelevant on paper. You see, most applicants either hide their past or they fail to frame it correctly. And I see this all the time. They don't know how to frame their current or past experience for the job that they're applying for. The skills that made you successful in one industry are almost always valuable in the next one, but you have to know how to translate them properly for this new role that you're applying for. And this prompt is going to identify your top transferable skills, and it's going to map them to the new industry's expectations. It's also going to rewrite your work history so your past experience reads as directly relevant to the new role. And it's going to surface any skill gaps and give you clear action lists to close them before you actually apply. And to use this prompt, it's pretty straightforward. I am making a career transition from, so make sure you put in your current industry to your target industry, and then for your target job role, and then you're going to paste in your resume. And then it's going to go through this, and then it's going to identify the top transferable skills that apply directly to your new field. So it's going to help you determine which skills are transferable, which ones are not. So those might be ones, the non-transferable might be ones that you don't put on this new resume. It's going to rewrite your work experience bullets to reframe it, which is very important. To reframe your past accomplishments through the lens of this new industry. So it's going to take your past accomplishments and then frame them to fit this new industry. And that's going to flag any gaps that you should address with a short training, certification, or side project before you apply. And if you want to download any of these prompts, you can grab them below this video in the description. And if you want the fast track version of these prompts, along with the ability to instantly scan any job description and rewrite your resume, let me show you how using the resume scanner. I'll put a link below in the description. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.